In a world with way too many podcasts comes Jeptalion and this guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Jeptalion and this guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children.
All right. This is another weekly installment of Jeptalion and this guy. I'm Eric.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Morgan.
Right. Coming to you live from the meat locker. We're not live and we're not in a meat locker.
We could nickname this place the Meat Locker.
That's what I've been doing. That or the hot box because of sweat.
Yeah, you have definitely called it the Hot Box. Yeah,
I like Meat Locker a little better.
Yeah. Is it cold in
I
here?
knew y'all would.
No,
Right
it's
now
not.
it is almost 80 degrees in here.
Yeah, we could start doing a
Damn.
weather report on the room.
So who wants to tell the new listeners what we do here?
I'll do it.
Joseph?
Please.
All right, if you're new, buckle the fuck up. We are three friends. We get together. We discuss the happenings of the last week. We just shoot the shit, really, and we talk about shit since the last time we met up here. And then, supposedly, we've researched topics. We will flip a digital coin, and the winner of the coin toss will then reveal and go over their topic and be made fun of profusely.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Does that sound right?
Yeah, and we usually slide a fake commercial in there for you guys, a little funny haha.
You know, if you don't know if it sounds right, you can go back to every single episode and hear it again.
Wow, you got a real issue with that, don't you, Joseph?
Joseph's got a resentment against us saying what we
Yeah.
do. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I understand why you do it.
We're just going to
Yeah.
do an episode that's going to be a compilation of all of the previous episodes where we explain what we do. And
Yeah.
it's just going to be all the different ways we explain it. The
just
exact
an
same thing.
explanation, and then we'll end it with every time we've ever said dick pic. So,
Maybe we
nice.
should just pre-record it,
Oh.
and then we don't have to do it.
yeah, I felt like if we did it, it would give more flavor to it every week because it's kind of
Okay.
like ad-libbed.
Oh, yeah. We're
You know?
creating a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
because we already have the pre-recorded thing.
Right now, we've got funny banter going on.
Joseph, let's shoot down whatever it is you're throwing at us.
I'm just telling you my idea. If we want to pre-record it, 2 people outweighs 3. I'm sure this is great topic for the listeners.
Hey, guys.
Fuck you guys. We're going to continue our business meeting. Anybody itching to talk about their week? Anything fun happen with you guys?
God,
Joseph, Morgan?
I'll start.
Go for
Cool.
it.
It is, I guess we're not supposed to say what the date is, but it is National Asian and Pacific Islander Month this month.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
What's up?
Some of my
Y'all
best
didn't
friends
bring me
are
any
Asians.
presents?
Presents?
Y'all didn't bring me any presents.
Oh, yeah, like a mango or something.
Or fucking
Rice.
sushi. I don't know.
Wow. I brought you an atomic bomb.
Fucking teriyaki chicken. I don't know.
Oh,
An
it's
atomic bomb. What is it? Oh, fuck.
some ice cold Coca-Cola. Yeah. Y'all think this is funny. I was talking to a girl the other night,
Damn, that is fucking hilarious.
and
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She said, "Does anyone ever tell you look like Salvador Dali?" I was like, "No, I've never gotten that.
Whoa.
I guess because I rock the mustache sometimes.
Okay.
But it's not exactly a Dali mustache." And then later on, she said, "Does anyone tell you look like Adolf Hitler?" And I was like, "What
Jesus.
the fuck?"
Yeah.
Say only my best friends.
She's like, "I think it's the haircut." I was like, "Yeah, actually, I get that sometimes from my friends."
Yeah, and
about my
you know,
haircut.
your mustache is gray for the most part, but there is a little bit of black right
little
there
dark
under
in
your
the middle.
under
Yeah.
your septum.
One of our dogs, we have 3 dogs. One of them gets kind of dreadlocked hair when it gets dirty. Oh, Morgan's showing us Salvador Dali.
I could
I could see with the haircut and the
Yeah,
mustache where
yeah.
it comes from.
Damn, I forgot how good looking that dude is.
was. I bet he looks like shit now.
So
know.
Annie cuts the mustache of this dog because it gets, her name's Sophia. And she totally gave her a Hitler mustache this time. It's just a short, little chopped mustache. I'm like, what are you doing?
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, but thankfully she has white hair. Not because I don't like black dogs. I have a black dog. I'm friends with black dogs.
Some of my best friends are dogs.
Yeah, I look at black dog porn. All right. If you're still with us, why?
Was that what you had, Joseph?
That's all I had, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll make up for that. I got plenty of lists here. I'm going to try and be picky with this list because it's so long. I wanted to apologize to Eric. I think I made some.
Go to the next one.
No.
Skip.
I made some comments. No, I made some comments on the Juggalo episode, and when I listened, I was like, "Oh man, I'm a dick." I won't say what they were. I just want to apologize.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay,
but
good.
We can talk afterwards.
That's
right.
a terrible apology if
Yeah.
he doesn't know what you're talking about. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I understand that he doesn't want to
There were-
rehash it on the air.
Well, I mean, there were some overweight comments about that video with that guy and stuff, and
dude.
No, because somebody said to me, they were like, were you calling Eric fat? And I was like, fuck, man, I think it sounded like that. I totally heard it.
Dude.
And I don't like that.
I know people don't like the word fat. I fully accept I'm overweight, and honestly, I've become more okay with it. I want to lose weight to be healthier, but I've never... A lot of this is because of my new depression medicine, but I feel like really okay with myself. Honestly, it didn't bother me, but I appreciate that you're a friend that would...
Well,
do
I
that.
said it on an episode, so I wanted to apologize on an episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's japtalion13@gmail.com.
Send your apologies to Eric.
Yeah, and your dick pics.
Oh, Brian asked me the other day because Landon's back in the hospital 4 times in a month. He's back in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I got the kids, which they're with Brandy right now. But he was asking if they were going to come to the episode. We're going to be on another episode, and I was like, guys, I really want to hold off on having you in there again. And he was like, you sure you don't want us to come there so you guys can get more downloads like last time? Because that fucking episode they were on got so many downloads.
Yeah.
Is it one of the top ones? Or was it just for that?
It was also on a very relevant topic, too. Like, I started thinking about that.
COVID-19 vaccine.
And we just started advertising again.
Yeah.
And I threw, like, a good bit of money at it because we hadn't done it in a while.
But he was totally throwing shade at us.
Yeah.
You want me to come save your show for you?
Dick.
He'll bring his
Fucking
YouTube
asshole.
He brings his YouTube listeners with him.
Yeah. We found our market. It's how old's
10-year-olds?
10. Yeah.
Brian? Yeah,
10-year-olds really shouldn't. I wouldn't want my 10-year-old
they should
listening to
not.
this.
Yeah. If you have your 10-year-old listening, that's up to you, but it's really not appropriate.
Their cousins listen to the show. Their cousins are all right around their age.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we talked about when the planet shut down from COVID last year.
Yeah.
And everybody stayed inside, and the animals that came out, right?
Yes.
They came out of hiding. There were no humans walking the streets and making noise and polluting the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dropping people on the razor's edge onto a refrigerator.
This is more for Joseph, but did Bigfoot come out when the planet shut down? Because if he didn't, I'm going to go a little bit more towards he doesn't exist. Because I feel like Bigfoot would have come out when all the other animals are roaming free.
I kind of think the thing with Bigfoot is my understanding is if they exist, they hang out in areas where we don't typically go to a lot anyways. Like that's how, right?
That's what I understand, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so are all these other animals.
But they're
not as smart as Bigfoot.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
they're more intelligent.
Maybe
Okay.
Bigfoot recognizes buildings and stuff as a danger.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Fair
don't know
enough.
if Bigfoot exists, but that's what I understand of the hypotheses.
Good response. Good response. I'm going to mark this one off and this one I'm not going to talk about. Nah, I'll just briefly. Joseph did an Instagram live this past week, right? I didn't watch it, but Brandy was like, "Oh God, Joseph's doing an Instagram live." She was like, "I just got a notification," and I was like, "Oh shit! I wonder if he's like trying to shave his balls using his camera and accidentally hit the live."
Using my camera.
There's a meme about that when you're using your
That's a good
phone.
idea.
When you're using your camera on your phone to shave your balls, and then you start seeing hearts and wow emojis coming across the screen.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I never thought about using my camera to
God.
do that.
There you go.
Dude,
Thanks for the tip.
I was sitting in Target, their CVS. You got to like wait like 15 minutes after you get the microchip implanted in you. That's a joke.
So they can program it.
And I see that Joseph's going live, so I'm like, take off your shirt and start saying like stupid stuff on there. And then I asked to be invited in, thinking, as a joke. And Joseph like accepted it, and I'm like, cancel, because I'm like in the the middle of a store or whatever. I can't be the typical me I am when people are around. I couldn't believe you wanted me to be a part of that.
No, I was hanging out with Nicholas,
Yeah.
and I left my GoPro at home.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I like that.
I went Instagram Live.
Yeah, that
I
was
watched
good.
a couple minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not attached to whether people are watching it or not, but I was kind of thinking maybe that's worth it because I watch other people's Instagram lives,
Yeah.
and a lot of times it's just one dude I watch. It's just him working in the shop on motorcycles. He's not like interacting with people. It's just a shot of the shop and him and the helper working on a motorcycle.
Okay.
Another one is like this girl getting high. She does a lot of her getting
Yeah,
high with
yeah.
her friends and then like bouncing their breasts up and down, like making jokes about like how to get a bartender's attention and stuff.
Right.
I
You
saw
gotta go, hey, and bounce a little bit, apparently.
I saw
My attention.
we've lost
work.
Morgan. I saw Trev popped into your live video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Trev recently started following me.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
And I have nothing else to say.
All right. The last thing on my list, I don't know if this may need to just be a topic some other time, like
Here
a
we go.
full-on topic. Brandy and I were talking the other day. The stigma. Wait, no, she thinks I need to run this show.
Can we just make a sting?
And I agree.
Can we just make a sting of that?
Brandy and I were talking the other day.
So, Brandy and I were talking the other day, and she was just saying...
Fucking Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Brandy and I think.
Oh, God.
We love you, Brandy.
Yeah, she's our number one fan.
Yeah. She's
really
a great
is.
gal. I really am just joking. Gal? Can I say gal? I don't
guess.
know.
We're in South
I'm not trying to
Carolina.
be mean. What the fuck?
Yeah, is Gal a slur now?
I don't know.
It could
I
be.
can't tell anymore.
I'm scared.
So we were talking about, like, she brought it up. She was talking about how people kind of, because she's attractive and she posts pictures of, selfies and stuff. She has posted some, and I don't know. And if somebody comments, she responds or hearts their comment, whatever. I don't know. But people will view attractive people as whores. And I'm like, I've gotten that. I've been over at my friend's house, and one of his friends was talking to me. This was last year, and she was like, oh, you and all your girls. I'm like, what all fucking girls are you talking about? She's like, I don't even know who to start with. And I'm like, you've only met one girlfriend, and it's been that girlfriend for the last year and a half. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
And the thing is, I think for me and for Brandy is we get attention, it happens, and we respond to the attention. So then people see, oh, well, it's just fucking whore, or just fucking all the girls or whatever, and I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah,
Damn it.
get that too on my Instagram when someone responds to something.
Yeah.
I always make sure, or I usually try to make sure to either put a like on it or some indication that I've observed their comment.
Yeah, that's
and
the
reply
right thing to
it.
do.
Because it gives me a jolt, like a dope shot or whatever, sort of like a not dope, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Dopamine.
Like you get a little
Heroin.
you feel
We're
good.
all on the same page.
Yeah, but then the other person
an
also
injection.
gets it when I give it back to them.
Right.
You know.
But that doesn't mean that I'm fucking all these chicks. I'm not approaching any of these women. I'm not being approached by the women. It's whatever. I'm not a whore.
People and their assumptions. Dude, attractive, and that's some of what I think the trap that women are forced into a lot is if they want to make themselves attractive, even for themselves, other people view it as you're doing it to get attention.
Right.
And that's not always the truth. I think everybody in some sense wants to look good because of the way they present themselves to the world. That's like that's a pretty standard thing. But there are people that they want to look good to get attention. I mean, open up TikTok. But like attractive women get it the worst because they're attractive. People think, oh, they're, looking for this attention. No, they just happen to be really attractive and want to take care of themselves.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was getting at was I think, or what Brandy was getting at, Anyways, like I said, this could be a whole fucking topic. It happened this week and I just wanted to bring it up because I feel like that definitely happens to me. So there's my weekly review. There's my weekly review. Eric celebrated a birthday this week. I'm just pointing that out.
Oh, yeah.
Did
I
you?
was like, I didn't have a birthday.
No.
My wife's, I wouldn't say celebrated her birthday.
Yeah, you don't allow her to celebrate birthdays, do you?
No, that dude, don't allow her. Come on, man. Annie's her own person. She actually celebrated her birthday on 2 days this week.
Son of a bitch.
How'd you feel about that?
I was all right. I went out with her one day. I celebrate Annie. That's how I get out of the loophole on that. I ain't celebrating her birthday that she did nothing to deserve. Nobody gives a fuck about you or your fucking birthday. Everybody on Earth's got a birthday. What do you think, you fucking Jesus? Something, get the fuck out of here. 2 people fucked. That's what your birthday is. Congratulations. 2 people banged, and you're the mistake.
Your parents had sex.
Yeah. Congratulations. You did nothing. Yeah, I don't like holidays in general because of my background. I feel like that's been coming up a lot lately. But when family is absolute shit, pretty much any holiday is about absolute shit. Matter of fact, the one that just occurred is my least favorite because
You mean
everybody's
today?
like, yeah, everybody's like, that's your mom. Yeah, okay, cool. She is. But there's this whole thing of like you have to respect people because they're in your family, and I just refuse
I'm
to
with
believe
you.
that.
Boom. Hell yeah, I know.
If you're worthy of respect, you get respect. If not, I don't go out of my way to be a dick. I just got nothing to do with you. you
Yeah.
know? But I don't know. My week was all right. Yeah. Annie celebrated on her birthday, and then she took Friday off. And we woke up early and went to Waffle House. We hung out with my nephew's in town from college. We hung out with him for a little bit. He's staying with us for a little while, and then my sister's moving back in town. That's pretty cool too.
Oh shit. When'd you find that out?
Yeah, a while ago.
Oh.
I thought I mentioned it. Maybe I didn't.
You mentioned some
mentioned it.
stuff on the show?
Oh,
Not on the show.
Oh, okay.
just-
Yeah, I know you mentioned some stuff about her job and some stuff going on in Oregon. But
Yeah. So she moved back. She's got a job secured and a place to live.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we'll get to see each other more, which would be cool.
Oh, nice.
nice.
But I don't think anything super. I've been feeling really great. I got on a new medication that's working really well for the time being. I got part 1 of my vaccine, and that really. Annie read some information, and apparently I fall into the 11% that get like some difficult reactions to it. But it's normal. It's my
Yeah.
immune system literally saying, hey, there's a foreign thing.
Yeah.
We need to do stuff to take care of it. So it's good. But it was rough. So I'm a little concerned about the second shot because it was like 2 solid days where I just felt shitty.
Yeah.
But I had COVID. That was way worse than the
Okay.
reaction to the shot. That was way fucking worse. So,
Suck it up.
yeah. Yeah. Live, laugh, love, bitch.
Nice.
But so who's are we doing the coin flip? Who's
It's supposed to be between me and Joseph this week, according to my file.
cool?
Well, I'm gonna call tails if anybody asks.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's magic.
Are we doing that now? Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
Coin
Coin flip. Joseph, you want to throw one out?
No, I'm good.
That's what he said in the video.
I really like that. Joseph, I'm good. Morgan looks like the dude off Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Shit, when you said that, I had to look it up.
Oh,
The,
did you?
Yeah,
Oh.
that hunter guy with the shrunken head.
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Well, Morgan said it to me, and when he said it, I
Yeah.
immediately knew it was the guy from the waiting room with the tiny head. Yeah.
Yeah, and then your brother said something about how weird my posture was in that
Yeah,
video.
Morgan
And
had
it
a-
was. I wanted to redo it. I'm like, God, man, we should redo that shit. But then, fuck it.
Fuck it.
You got broad shoulders.
Yeah.
You're a man.
Yeah, I thought my head was big too. Thought I had a big head. People have told me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just an optical illusion. The way
It
Morgan's
was the
sitting in this
camera.
video, the angle of the camera
Yeah.
and the way that you're sitting,
Yeah.
your head's back, like the perspective of your legs being closer makes that part of your body look bigger.
Right.
Oh,
You
it's like
got
a
the-
reverse of that thing they do on Tinder where they hold the camera above their head to make their body look smaller.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's the reverse of the trickery.
Yeah.
The Tinder
The Tinder trickery.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tails, you say.
Tails.
You don't even have to call it during the
Tails.
coin flip. Here we go. Coin flip. Well, it's heads.
Okay.
I'll show you guys so no one thinks
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Morgan
It's
automatically showed us, like, he knew we were thinking, is this motherfucker lying?
heads. I was kind of, well, when I flipped the
Yeah.
coin, I was kind of holding it towards
Yeah.
me.
I was looking at the reflection in the TV behind you.
Cool. I'll close this.
Were you?
Yeah. So you guys want to take a quick break and come back and Morgan will talk about whatever?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Hanson? All right. We're taking a break. Suck a dick.
Hey guys, I'm Brian. I know it's been a minute since you've heard from me, but I'm here to tell you about my newest venture. I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but my last appearance on Japdallion and This Guy had the highest number of downloads ever. With this new information, I took it upon myself to set into motion a business to help other struggling podcasts. I got you. Are you trying to launch a successful YouTube channel? I got you. Are you in a band doing everything right but can't build your audience? I got you. I can't tell you the process I use, not because it's trademarked or patented. It's because I don't even know how I do it. All I did last time was show up, shoot some jokes in Joseph's direction, and boom, download. So if you need help, I got you. Just call me at 1-888-ELON-SUCKS.
And we are back. Barely a working bathroom in the whole building.
Yeah, what's going on around here,
What's
man?
up with that shit?
I don't know.
There's no lights.
Yeah.
Now we're down
Yeah.
by one bathroom.
So the one where the toilet works, there's no lights. The fucking the one next to it is clogged up. I mean, there's toilet paper almost coming out of the fucking thing. But that's the women's room.
Yeah.
And then the one right next to our office is locked. So
Yeah.
what's up with that shit?
Let's flip the sexist commentary. Women, so disgusting. Always gross. You got to make sure you buy good furniture because they come in with dirt all over them and fuck everything up.
I used to do janitor work in Cincinnati for a short period of time,
Yeah.
and the women's bathroom was always way more disgusting and difficult to clean. It was like twice as much work. There were like empty bottles of liquor that would show up regularly in the bathroom behind the tucked behind the toilets and stuff, and like paper and makeup on everything, and like the place was freaking trashed. You know, that's just was my experience at the restrooms at the Contemporary Arts Center in Cincinnati.
There was a lady trying to sell Annie and I a couch once, and if I were to make a metaphor of her personality, it would be like a single wide camper with like tinfoil for windshields or for curtains. The accent and everything, she's like, "You guys want a good couch? This one right here is man proof." And she kept saying it like that. Like, you know, your man comes home, just starts slicing your couch open with blades. And it's like, what kind of men do you know that just come in and start saying, "Fuck this couch," and like rubbing grease stains on it and shit? Like,
Rick James, bitch.
we just left. I wouldn't buy a couch from her because she just fucking annoyed me. It's man proof.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given her the sale either.
Because to be fair, the couch I have now that's like the springs are like blammed out of it was my sister, because she doesn't like so much sit on the couch as she does release her full body weight to just
She
fall
does like a
on the
dead
couch.
drop onto the couch.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a topic. Morgan won the.
Wait, that's what we're here for?
Morgan won the coin toss.
Rigged, won, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. You guys know I was struggling with my research on Nostradamus. I have completed it, and it is ready to go. I did not review it before today's show because I honestly didn't expect to win the coin flip.
Whoop, whoop.
Expect the unexpected at Japtalion and this guy.
So what I'm hearing is you were unprepared for today's activities.
I will fumble not only with names and names of places, but also with my research.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's Nostradamus. We're all familiar with Nostradamus.
Yes, I would hope we are.
Yeah.
Right? He lived before Jesus, right?
No.
So the first time I heard about Nostradamus was on Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid. That was where I first heard about him. They did an episode on his predictions of predicting Hitler and and they were trying to make some of his poetry fit for Saddam Hussein. At the time, the Persian Gulf crisis was going on, or Operation Desert Storm, whatever it was, that was going on at the time. And so they were trying to make it fit so that some guy in the Middle East wearing a purple turban was really Saddam Hussein somehow, who did not wear a purple turban. That was not the case. And anyways, so Nostradamus was born with the name Michel de Nostradam. And for some reason it says, depending on the source, it was the 15th or the 21st of December. They don't know his exact birthday is what they're getting at, in 1503.
Where was he born? Did I miss that?
No, you didn't miss it. I didn't say. That's all right. He was born in France, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't clear if it was Italy or France, but I thought it was.
And a lot of times, so Nostradamus apparently was born into a Jewish family. They were actually changed their name from the Jewish name to avoid persecution during the Inquisition, where there was a law enacted by King Louis XII instructing all Jews to be baptized.
Wow.
So they changed their name to Nostradamus because that's a more Latin name, and it means fuck. I knew what it meant. It's in here somewhere.
Means fuck.
Does it mean like our?
It means Our Lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baby, tonight we're gonna Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our Nos and Damus lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nostradamus is Our Lady. So they changed it to basically a Catholic name so that they would appear to have been baptized already. Next time you should do the thing. They did this Cheers Eric did a cheers thing with his Bang Energy to Joseph's Red Bull. Do that thing. Remember when we used to drink? Did you guys ever do where somebody hits the top of your beer bottle with their beer bottle and then you got to chug it?
Yeah.
Because it foams up.
Foams all over the place.
There was a name for that. I don't remember. Joseph,
Being a dick.
did you ever play games like that, Joseph?
No.
You did. You were an asshole when you drank.
Oh,
weren't you?
speaking of which, I like that
was.
you called us like donkey fuckers or something in the text today. I'm like, yes, I'm rubbing off.
Goat fuckers.
Goat fuckers.
Yeah,
I thought
goat
that's what we were
fuckers, yeah.
doing. You
Yeah.
started it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're doing. I'm just trying to be a good friend.
So it says here, so I got some of this information that I was able to, I used that biography video on YouTube, biography channel video that turned out to not be accurate, but some of the information was accurate. So I used some of it, what I was able to corroborate somewhere else. Is that the right word? Anyways.
Yeah, I imagine it's Joseph brought it up in another episode. Like when stuff's happened that long ago, it's hard to have.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna find dissenting opinions and stuff they're not sure about because a lot of stuff's happened in France since then.
There's been about a dozen wars.
They probably misplaced a couple records.
Yeah, that's true.
Every once in a while, something catches on fire. Like,
Yeah.
what was it, like a couple years ago, that giant Notre Dame cathedral caught on fire?
Yeah.
Was that Notre Dame? I think it was
I
Notre
think
Dame.
so.
Yeah.
Or there's like an ink shortage and they got to use crayons or something.
Right.
Yeah, not enough squids around.
Yep. You guys are all on point.
Just
Take
not
that
on the
to
topic.
bank. So back to Nostradamus. 16th century had newly available mathematics, philosophy, and astronomy, which he took to very early in life. He actually went to live with one of his grandfathers, and his grandfather taught him Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. And he got his first lessons in what is called celestial sciences. You guys both know what that is, don't you?
I don't think
Astrology?
I know that.
Basically astrology.
Okay.
Yeah, it's using outer space as to determine things. I mean, it's astrology. Yeah.
Yeah, to determine heavenly stuff, to determine things here on Earth.
Right.
Think
yeah.
of how much more the night sky played a role in life back then.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. To study medicine, first you had to study astrology, because before diagnosing a patient, they would have to know the birth date, the geological location of the birth of the patient before they could even start diagnosing what the fuck's going on with them.
Yeah.
When was he born? Where was he born?
Yeah.
What time of day was it? Where'd the
that'd be
moon
kinda cool.
sit? Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Well, there was no light pollution too, so everybody stared up at that beautiful brilliance that we'll never ever see. No, seriously, it was a big thing in their life because you could at night you're looking at the sky, right?
It's still there, but you have to go way out in the country.
Yeah, we see a lot less of it
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
light pollution. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being out in the desert. It was vastly different
Oh, did you go
at nighttime in the desert.
Did you go like Burning Man or something?
No, no, I lived in a van for a month and a half.
Okay.
Just driving?
Would you go back to that desert, or is this like a Florida thing? Is it off limits?
No, it was cool.
Okay.
I would totally do it again. Maybe on a motorcycle this time. I think that's the next goal. We're off topic again.
Yeah, let's try and keep it on topic, Joseph. Come on.
So it says here, this information came from Wikipedia real quick. Said that he studied at the University of Avignon, but was forced to leave after just over a year when the university closed due to an outbreak of the plague.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was heavily involved with the plague. I think I mentioned that in one of the other episodes, that he was the leader in bloodletting and how that was going to help reduce the plague. It didn't. He worked as an apothecary for several years before entering the University of Montpellier. It's probably pronounced different, but and he hoped to earn a doctorate, but was immediately expelled after his work as an apothecary was discovered. So I think that there's some kind of, because he was in school to become a doctor. An apothecary is somebody that freelances doctor work. They go and
competition.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but they don't have a doctorate.
Right.
Yeah. They just it's like a witch doctor of those days, I guess. So Nostradamus began his medical practice in, sometime in the 1530s, despite not only never having taken a medical degree, but also apparently having been expelled from medical school. So he went ahead and told everybody he was a doctor anyways.
Wow.
I guess you could do that back then.
And they just accepted it. Yeah. I mean, he had his own practice for a while.
He said
and
he's a doctor.
Dude's got a beard.
Come to think of it, I don't recall ever going in to see a doctor and being like, I need more evidence than this before we can continue. More evidence than you having an office and telling me you're a doctor.
Right. We never, do you ever walk into a doctor's office and say, wait a minute, where's the degree?
Where's the real doctor?
Can I get your license number?
No.
Right.
That basic thing is how the what was his name? Frank something from Catch Me If You Can. He was a real guy. That's how.
Because nobody ever questioned him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence, man. You just act confident and people buy it.
Yep.
Mind control. Yeah. That's mind control right there.
Yeah.
You just say it like it's
Isn't
a real
it?
thing.
Damn right. Hell, I do that shit with work, man. When somebody's like, hey, can you install a generator to power my entire house? I'm like, yeah, I absolutely can do that. And in my head, I'm like, I have never fucking done that, but let's go for it.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Make a bunch of money. Ha!
Well, ma'am, all your pets are dead. But the good news is
So let's see, he married in 1531. It doesn't say who his wife was,
Got a pick?
but it didn't happen.
let me get the deets.
But within 3 years, his wife and 2 children died during the plague outbreak.
Oh.
Yeah. Doesn't say they were killed by the plague, but I'm assuming that since it mentioned the plague, that's probably what it was. He remarried and had 6 more kids, so nothing lost, nothing gained. And let's see, he wrote an almanac in 1550, and as a result of its success, continued writing them for future years. I don't understand how you write an almanac. I remember growing up, and my first stepdad used to buy the Farmer's Almanac pretty regularly and go by it because we did a lot of fishing and stuff. And I assumed there was something about fishing in the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive there is, yeah.
Yeah, but apparently it predicts weather, good time to fish, the moons, like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they somehow predict the events, the relevant events for the whole next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's for farmers mostly. So is that like for harvesting
crops
and stuff?
Yeah.
Like when's the best?
Rainfall.
When are the
Rainfall,
seasons
yeah.
going to change, I think. Some prediction about that.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, cycles of the moon or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got all that shit on there.
Yeah, one of my stepdads I don't remember which one, but one of them would have the Farmer's Almanac. I remember looking through being like, how do I know this shit?
Yeah.
And then I would just forget it and go play with my Easy Bake Oven.
Going back to that. Huh?
Yeah. That's a new theme.
Baking cookies.
Smells like Eric's cooking some of them delicious brownies in his Easy Bake again. Always served up fresh with a cold glass of milk, a lot of love, and just a pinch of childhood trauma.
Oh, I baked some cookies. I meant to bring them. I'm sorry, guys.
Dad,
Shouldn't have brought it up.
have you seen my apron?
All right, and the last thing, this is just kind of covering beginning to end of him, quick summary. He suffered from severe gout towards the end of his life, which eventually developed into edema. He died the 2nd of July in 1566. And then I think the thing that everybody focuses on with Nostradamus is his future predicting abilities, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
I
know
think it's interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've watched a lot of stuff on Nostradamus.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely interesting, though. I seem to recall, I haven't read any Nostradamus in a really long time, but I seem to remember the kind of like stanzas or whatever that he would write were weird, and like you had to kind of reach for an interpretation.
Well, that's what I get. is
Quatrains.
The quatrains, yeah. 4-line poems. He'd write them so vaguely that they could fit almost anything.
Yeah, like after the event already happened, you could then go back and be like, oh, he predicted that. But it doesn't do you any good if you don't know it before the event.
Right, exactly.
That one of the main critics I remember seeing talk about him was Penn from Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
And that's
he's
his
opinionated.
thing. If you
Yeah, he is.
if you can
Opinionated.
point to something where you knew it was going to happen because of these writings, fine, but that never happens. People, yeah, I almost brought it up in the beginning when you said the thing about people were trying to make the Gulf War, like fit the readings.
Yeah.
Every time an event happens, people go and comb through there to see what they can make fit, and then go, see, it predicted the future. And it's like, no, because it's already passed.
He didn't
it's
predict the future
meaningless.
because he didn't say,
Yeah.
there's going to be a man named Saddam Hussein that's going
Right.
to... Even the stuff I couldn't find... I guess you guys have heard his prediction of Hitler was about... that he got the name wrong. He said Histler or
Hister.
something.
Yeah.
Hister, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that.
Huh.
Which surprises me because that's been a regular thing that I've heard, consistent thing that
Yeah.
I've heard. I did find him talking about the rise of Hitler, or what people have said that this quatrain pertains to the rise of Hitler because it talked about a man from here moves there and is highly revered or something like that. You know.
It had something to do with the majority of Normans will be against the Hister or something like that. Because the interpretation I remember hearing was like everybody was against the Hister, but I think the Hister was like a river or something
Yeah.
that flowed, or the name of one of the rivers near there.
Okay.
But people were like, if he meant Hitler, why didn't he just say Hitler?
Well, again, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That would have been more helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Could you not scramble your predictions next time? I mean, there will be no next time, but
Yeah, put them in chronological order. Maybe
Yeah.
be a little more clear and concise with your language. If you need more than 4 lines, use them.
and people were like, well, he had to hide what he was doing because it was against the law. Nobody knew who the fuck Hitler was. How would they know he was predicting the future? Nobody knew the word Hitler
Well,
back then.
Catholic Church didn't approve, and they still don't, but they don't get as upset as they used to. The scrying and stuff like that.
Right, but I'm saying even if he had written the word Hitler, that's not a good reason for him not to write Hitler, because whether you're
Oh, right.
No one knows-
'Cause he's
knows
he's
you're telling
scrying
the-
whether he's writing Hitler or Histler. Yeah,
yeah,
I see
yeah.
what you're saying.
The book that we're talking about that contained his quatrains was called Les Prophesies. In French, just translate to the prophecies. So he
I was going to ask, what's that translate to?
Fuck you, Joseph.
so he said basically in the title of this book, these are prophecies, this will happen in the future. This is what I'm saying will come about. Anyways,
Exciting.
the first installment was published in 1555, contained 353 quatrains. The third edition with 300 new quatrains was printed in 1558. Damn, that's a lot of quatrains. That motherfucker was busy writing some shit. And then this is just some basic lame information.
Something else that cast doubt that I didn't know before was that you just said that he went around telling everybody he was a fucking doctor when he wasn't a doctor. So
Right.
that makes me think even more. He was just a confidence man, just writing very ethereal type, easy to misinterpret language that people would think.
Right.
There was that other prophecy of the guy that died jousting with the splinter through his
Yeah, I
helmet.
get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the princes or kings or something. Yeah, of France. Yeah, that's one of the top 5 prophecies that they said came true. And I mean, I could read that and see what happened and be like, okay, that kind of fits,
Yeah.
But anyways, printing practices at the time, no 2 editions turned out to be identical. I find that weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. And it's relatively rare to find even 2 copies that are the exact same.
Oh, yeah. Because back in the day, you had to move individual blocks for each fucking letter, I believe.
Right. So
it's like the printer is then essentially rewriting it using little metal blocks every time they do it.
But I mean, you think you'd lay out one page and then print like a whole bunch of them. You don't just print one book at a time, do you?
Back then, because of resources, yeah, man. Books were, if you could afford a book back then, you were the shiz.
Yeah, they didn't just run them out. It was a process just to print one fucking
like a
page.
fucking 80-inch QLED TV.
Yeah, like when they were
I looked
first
right
made.
at Eric.
Yeah. My TV projects holograms onto the floor. You can get in the show.
Damn.
That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
It's coming.
I guess, unless you were watching like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, turn it off! Fucking leather faces chasing you around.
People like to be scared. That's part of the joy of movies, right? You can put yourself in it and be part of it and not have to suffer the consequences of like losing a child or drowning, or, you can like be in the event, but not have to be in the event.
Take porn to a whole new level.
And we're off on another tangent. VR porn. Am I the only one that's done VR porn?
I've never tried VR porn.
You never done it?
I wouldn't feel comfortable. The only VR headset is my son's, and
Are you gonna slap it with your dick?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to put that energy on it. Besides, he may already have stuff in there.
Oh yeah, because he's got the Oculus.
Yeah, because he's 16.
I have a couple of them that you just. I have a couple of them that you just stick your phone in, and then put it over your eyes, and you gotta get on like the Pornhub VR.
What's that like? Does that mean you can like turn your head and it like follows around the room and stuff?
Yeah.
You could be like, they're doing it and you're like looking at a lamp.
It's
you want to see what's outside the window while people are banging? What's over here? Go to the pantry.
It's the guy holding the boom mic.
Goddamn, he's got a heart on. That's cool. Nostradamus.
And now back to our show. Nostradamus was not only a diviner but a professional healer. Just ask him. And it's known that he wrote at least 2 books on medical science. One was an extremely free translation. He was included in the descriptions of the methods he used to treat the plague, including bloodletting, none of which apparently worked. The same book also describes the preparation of cosmetics. That did not go into detail. I don't know. I wonder what they could mean by the preparation of cosmetics. Cosmetic surgery? Cosmetics like makeup?
I don't know if cosmetic, that word may have had words evolve over time, so it may have had a different meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be like details on a piece of architecture or something.
Huh.
Or it could be makeup. I think dudes wore makeup back then, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like rich dudes.
I don't remember what I was watching because I've seen a lot of different stuff on Nostradamus, but with the plague thing, plague. Hand me the plague.
The plague.
With the plague, I heard that a lot of him helping with that was just basic cleanliness of using like rose water to wash things down with and stuff. Because germ theory didn't come about until, I don't know what year, 1800s, whatever, but before that, they didn't know that, illnesses were caused by these little germs.
Right.
But for whatever reason, he did a lot of that, washing and cleaning things. And that helped a lot with the plague.
Okay.
Washing your hands. Something I still fail to do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Since his death, only the prophecies have continued to be popular. I guess that's because a lot of his medical experience was, him just pretending to be a medical professional.
Horseshit.
Horseshit. But in this case, they've been extraordinarily so. Let's see, over 200 editions of them have appeared since his death. Let's see, together with over 2,000 commentaries. Let's start looking at his prophecies. What do you guys think? Let's see.
I want the prophecies.
Yeah,
I came for the prophecies.
There's a TV show called Rain on Netflix. Have you guys seen it or the previews for it?
I think I've seen the previews. Something's wrong with the rain.
Well, it's about the rain. It's about
What rain?
Mary
what
Queen
word?
of Scots.
Oh, that rain.
Yeah.
Okay, not the rain. There's another show about rain, like you can't, get
About
in the
precipitation?
rain. Yeah, precipitation.
No, this is about like raining over a country.
Oh,
So that's about Mary Queen of Scots and her getting with I can't
Tony.
remember. Nope, it wasn't Tony though.
Jorge.
Francis, I want to say Francis was the French prince or whatever. The
Fresh Prince.
The Fresh Prince, yeah. Jesus.
I've got nothing on
I'm
this topic.
leaving. Anyways, Nostradamus is one of the main characters in that.
Uncle Phil.
And Brandy has a degree in history, and she mainly concentrated on European history. And she said that a lot of that show is very accurate to what happened in France. Anyways, like I said, Nostradamus is a main character. He was taken in by the Queen of France to be her spiritual advisor.
Was that because of his prediction with the guy with the thorn from the splinter that killed him?
That may have been why. It didn't say on the show why. Anyways, he had prophetic dreams from an early age and was scared of where they came from. His grandfather tried to help him to develop these skills while he was living with him. He was ahead of his time, believing that the earth revolved around the sun. It was 25 years later when Copernicus came out with that theory, and they went with him instead of Nostradamus.
I wonder if they treated him the same way we treat flat earthers today.
Probably.
Get the
That might be
fuck
why
outta
it was
here.
shot
That's
down.
crazy.
I think Copernicus was questioned by like the Inquisition or some shit over that.
Oh, man.
Because-
Really?
I believe so. I would have to look into it, but yeah, it wasn't that the Earth revolved around the sun.
Yeah.
Because that strongly went against Christian doctrine at the time that the Earth was the center of all things.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess so.
I could be
You
wrong.
couldn't cross the church back in those days.
You can cross them now.
Yeah. They seem to be pretty they
More
have some more
relaxed.
give. Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of like my father. When my father got older, he became more calm.
Don't do this
Let's
to
see.
me.
I think this information came from the History Channel and their stuff. He's said to have predicted the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon, the reign of Hitler, the September 11th attacks, and the demise of the world. I feel like I should have said that more ominously. The demise of the world.
That was nice.
It was good. I could feel that in my chest.
Yeah, tickled my taint.
Yikes. His quatrains were encoded to avoid being accused of witchcraft. So that's why he was so vague in it.
Yeah,
here's
supposedly.
but he also named the book The Prophecies.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem vague.
No.
Which prophecies again might have had a looser interpretation, like kind of like an almanac is prophecies.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And since he had success with his almanacs, maybe
Yeah.
he was like, here's a little more stuff to throw at you. I'm going to put it in poem form.
Yeah, I'm not going to do next year. I'm going to do 100 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 300 years from now.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking outside the box. I like it.
No one is able to definitively interpret what he's saying. Thanks.
That's actually kind of neat.
So that's what's so popular about the whole QAnon thing is that it invites people, and I'm not doing a negative thing now. We all know I don't like it, but the fascination with it is that it invites people to look at these words that supposedly Q gives out, these little they call them breadcrumbs or something, and invites people to interpret what that means and to quote unquote do the research themselves, which is what makes Nostradamus probably so popular over the years, is because you said it's got like 2,000 different commentaries or
Right.
something. It invites people to over and over again comb through his words and see what interpretation they can come up with.
Right. Yeah.
We love putting our spin on things, you know?
Hey, yo, yeah. Joseph, you look out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I was staring at the fire.
That's what it was.
Hypnotizing me.
It's dancing over there.
Just imagining a hellscape. He's like, yes, let it burn. They'll all pay.
I got a list. Once you're on the list, you never get off of it.
That shit always, anytime somebody's on a list like that, it reminds me of Steve Buscemi from fucking Billy Madison.
Joseph used to have a whiteboard on the back of his front door with all of the debts. owed
I
to
did
him.
had a list. Yeah.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
That dude was on there
Jesus.
for years. I finally let it go.
Yeah,
$725.80 or something like that.
F that guy.
Oh, you let it go?
That's the thing about letting stuff go, man. It's never gone. You can pick it up at any fucking point in
Yep.
time and start getting all pissed about it again.
Yep.
Yeah, I go
Totally.
Google his ass right now if I want.
My brother has this friend, and Jason, the guy that one of my old friends, they have this mutual friend that I remember as the guy being like a fucking dick and a bully, and he stole weed from me when I used to sell it, and he treated me like a piece of shit, but they're like really good friends with him, you know?
Yeah.
And anytime they talk about him, or I see him comment on Jason's stuff on Facebook or something, it like immediately triggers me. And I'm like, that motherfucker still owes me for that weed. Like, I would love to see his little 5'4" ass so I could beat the fucking shit out of him.
And you want the interest.
Yeah. And I want the interest,
Yeah.
but I don't care that much.
I'm gonna fucking beat it out of you.
But I've let it go.
And actually beating him doesn't financially improve your situation at all.
No,
It would probably set you back a little bit. Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Nostradamus made the prediction about Henry II of France's death in a jousting accident. So this is what it says. Oh shit! I thought that was some ominous music starting in my headphones. I was like, "Fuck!" It's
like-
just some guy on a Hayabusa, fucking rolling down the interstate.
So it sounded like a Hayabusa.
Yeah.
It sounded like the sirens from World War II when they were dropping bombs over
dropped the
Britain.
bomb.
Yeah.
All right. This says a young lion would face an old in traditional combat. He shall be pierced through the gilded cage. 2 wounds made 1.
Is that Disney movie?
What?
With the Lion King.
No.
That young lion fights like Scar or something. I've never seen the movie. I just know it from referencing memes.
You are a fascinating man, Joseph.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry
so-
to interrupt. I'll shut up for a
You've never
minute.
seen Lion King?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Gilded cage.
All right, I'll read it again. A young lion would face an old in traditional combat. He shall be pierced through a gilded cage. 2 wounds made 1. So this is their reasoning for it, for them saying that, because both men had lions on their shields, and large shards went through the gilded cage of the visor and penetrated his forehead, piercing his brain, and the other one went into his eye socket, I assume also piercing his brain. But,
So 2 wounds became 1 in the brain.
right.
Insane to the membrane.
Insane, got no brain.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was that one. And I could totally see how that translates, you know? I
Yeah.
can definitely totally see how that one translates, but just that it's vague, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I just started thinking about this. Like my father's generation, my grandfather's generation probably look at my generation as a bunch of pussies. And like, I see my son doing stuff. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
These guys were like, let's get on horses and run full speed at each other with like sharpened sticks. And then later on, these guys are like looking at people who are probably doing something similarly insane that to us would still be way off the charts insane.
Yeah.
And going, God, those guys are a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
You know, like in early America, it's like you insult somebody, you get a couple guns, and like back to back and walk 20 paces out, turn around and fire a shot at each other and see what happens. Man, this is fucking crazy. I don't know if I'd sign up for that over an insult.
Yeah. Over an insult, right?
Maybe I would. Depends on what kind of day I'm having.
Well, you know, it depends on what you were brought up in. So these that reminds me of this time when I was in the green room. I was doing a show and I was in the green room and these girls were talking about, oh, I could have never lived back in those days to be told what to do. I'm too strong of a woman and this and that. And I was like, no, you would have been trained appropriately. And they both fucking looked at me like I was like, their faces got red, their lips were tightened, you know, and stuff. And I was like, well, it's true. You know, if you were brought up in the 1700s, you would know your fucking place.
There's social expectations that
Yeah.
were taught to us. That, without really getting into it, that's the thing about gender. Gender changes over time because, you know, our great-grandfathers wore dresses when they were kids because under a certain age, boys wore dresses, and that was totally appropriate. But
I think
now,
it was because it was easier to change a diaper.
yeah, probably. But there were, for whatever reasons, society and culture are built all around innovation, technology, location. There's all kind of stuff that goes into it. So, yeah, that stuff changes over time. If you were born back then,
You saying my grandfather Dominic wore a dress? Is that what you're
when
saying?
he was a kid, maybe. I don't know about yours because you got these like weird authoritarian children on your walls. There's that kid that's like in a very militaristic suit.
The old pictures on his walls.
The old picture. Yeah. I actually thought of that when I found this information out. I was like, I don't know about Joseph's ancestors. They look like they got a Hitler.
They're all like drinking blood.
Yeah. Yeah. What is up with that kid?
Huh?
Who is that on your wall? The old picture, he's wearing like a military suit.
I think that's my grandfather Guy's school picture or something. I think that was a school uniform before he dropped out of school. I think he dropped out of school like in 5th or 7th grade or something.
Yeah. Wow.
You could also do that back then.
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, I ain't doing this anymore. I'm going to go work on a farm.
Yeah.
Just flipping bottle caps over here. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Nostradamus?
So the one about him predicting the French Revolution. From the enslaved populace, songs and chants and demands, while princes and lords are held captive in prisons. These will be, in the future, by headless idiots, be received as divine prayers.
There was a lot of people beheaded during that time, so I get that.
So it says the enslaved populace was the Third Estate or the commoners in France at the time. They made demands from the monarchy. So that's their songs and chants and demands. And then which would be the princes and lords would be the monarchy. Both sides ended up having people declared as traitors and were beheaded at the guillotine. You say guillotine? Guillotine? Guillotine?
Guillotine.
Since we're talking about France, we'll say guillotine.
Guillotine.
Which is where the headless idiots came from. So, I mean, again, I think that one fit. Let's see the next one. I only did.
Why is he
5
calling
of
them idiots?
Man, I don't know.
Okay.
And here would be my just off the cuff critique of that is revolutions happen, I don't know, every century or so. There's some revolution that'll happen. So
Yeah.
predicting a revolution is gravy, you know? I mean, predicting that. But there are coincidences because that's what the French Revolution is known for, is a lot of beheadings because of the guillotine.
Yep. The guillotine.
Wrong.
Let's see. This one is said to refer to Louis Pasteur, who was a French scientist who studied microbes and the development of penicillin, the pasteurization process for milk, and the vaccine for rabies.
Sounds like a hero.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know enough about him. I did learn about him when I was a kid that he created the vaccine for rabies. And then I later found out about pasteurization, but seems like a hero, right? Let's see. The lost thing is discovered, hidden for many centuries. Pasteur will be celebrated as a godlike figure. This is when the moon completes his great cycle. By other rumors, he shall be dishonored. So I think that, the things that were hidden for many centuries are the microbes and stuff that he discovered and was able to make a lot of medicines because he did the microbiology stuff. That's how he created the vaccines. And
Well, if they were lost, that means they were in possession at one time.
hidden. They were hidden. Oh, the lost thing is discovered. Yeah, okay. So you're saying couldn't have been lost if it wasn't.
Yeah, it's not lost unless you had it at one time.
Okay. All right. Get back
Is that
what
right?
you lost.
Am I misunderstanding lost?
Crickets.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got nothing on it. No, that's a correct interpretation of lost.
Yeah.
You have to have had the thing to lose it.
Yeah, Nostradamus, what'd you mean?
And what did they say? He's worshipped as a god?
Yeah.
And
Was
then-
A
Pasteur,
godlike figure.
did Pasteur really get that kind of fame?
Dude,
that
he-
level of
he
fame?
created penicillin that saved a lot of people that just would die from infection.
Yeah,
But
but
didn't it say he'd be discredited by something in there? What was that?
Yeah, by other rumors he shall be dishonored.
What does that mean? Was he dishonored?
he probably used a word that he was not allowed to use. And all his good things that he's done have been just
Yeah.
disregarded because he said one incorrect thing one time.
They found out he was wearing pantyhose or something. And they're like, okay, get rid of this guy.
Yeah, I did. There was something about him being not discredited, but sort of discredited. But I didn't write it down. Instead, I just wrote, the good stuff that he did.
I like that. I like the positive attitude.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the good things he did.
Yeah.
Did he ever try to inappropriately kiss you? Show me on this doll.
Did he misuse a slang that is now considered offensive?
Yep, that's what happened. Then everything he's ever done was for naught.
Yes.
All right, here's another one.
Burn him!
Yeah.
I want to see his blood run through the streets!
I'm getting really excited tonight.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys see if you can pick this one out?
Okay.
Changing the subject. Near the gates and within 2 cities, there will be scourges like which have never been seen, famine within plague, and people put out by steel, crying to the immortal God for relief.
World War One.
The atomic bombs?
It was the bombs. It was Nagasaki
Oh,
and
the 2
Hiroshima.
cities.
Two cities.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
I like this approach better. We try and guess what the fuck he's talking
Yeah, I
about.
think I got 2 more, maybe. In the wake of the atomic blast, Japan suffered a huge food shortage. So that's the famine, and many suffered from radiation poisoning, leaving
Japan
them.
was suffering like shortages before the war. That's
Yeah.
kind of why
Yeah.
they got in the war.
I think it mentioned that in the video. This stuff came from a YouTube video where the guide was giving the 5 most popular and most easily read quatrains, like the ones that are it's easy to see. This ties in really well. He was doing that, but I think he mentioned that they were already in the food shortage and stuff.
Yeah, they were having like an oil shortage and stuff, and they were like, and I think the rest of the world was like, we ain't helping you out. And they're
Look
like,
at
okay,
you.
if you're not going to help us, we're going to go take it. And I think that's how that shit got started. Joseph's history lesson.
This has been a history lesson with Joseph.
Well,
Ooh.
what? Sorry, I missed the beginning of that.
Well, you got a country like Japan,
Yeah.
and there's like embargoes and trade things happening to them where they can't get
yeah.
the oil they need for their people,
Yeah.
and you won't budge on the subject. They're gonna be like, they're gonna take up guns and go get the shit themselves that they have to have.
I was taught it sometime in school, higher education, that they were also upset with World War One. They weren't like considered a power, and they got they weren't like involved in that in any way. So they wanted to like do the colonialization thing, expand. They wanted to expand.
They were kind of pushy with their stuff.
Yeah, they were like, hey, let's take over all these islands and then get to Australia.
To be fair, Japan's doing really well, and I think we would all welcome stuff from them.
Well,
not at the point of a gun, but
yeah, dude, I don't even think their police officers carry guns.
Yeah, they don't have an army or anything. That was part of the deal.
There's other countries that have had 0 deaths by cops in a year.
Really? Mm-hmm. They're not doing it right, man. That's not how you're supposed to do that shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to give all citizens the right to bear arms and then blow their brains out if you suspect they have that weapon on them. America.
We do crazy stuff.
Nostradamus.
Cool
guy.
From the depths. This is the next.
Okay.
This is the next quatrain. Sorry.
Morgan left the room for 5 minutes and we never even noticed.
All right. From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child shall be born of poor people. He will by his tongue seduce a great troop. His fame will increase towards the realm of the east.
Napoleon or Hitler. They're both.
Yeah, I'd go with Hitler on that one.
Because he was born to Austrians who were poor.
It is. Yep. It is Hitler. Born in West Austria.
Who else could it be?
Gained fame in the East through being a phenomenal speaker. Motherfucker, get up there. He is passionate as fuck. Yeah. You ever seen him give a speech?
He was really convincing with his shit. He seemed to be convinced himself anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched hours of his.
He's up there yelling and stuff.
After World War One, he like wanted to stay engaged with the military, and that he actually got involved with that like socialist movement, what became the Nazis, because he was going to spy on them for the military. And he
Austrian military?
After World War One, whatever that, I think it was the Weimar democracy or whatever that occurred after World War One. But yeah, he wanted to stay in the military, and they sent him there to go like keep an eye on these people as radicals. And he ended up liking the message, tried to overthrow the government, got stuck in prison, wrote Mein Kampf, and came out. And he had a bunch of followers, so they said, hey, we'll give him a position in government so we can use his followers. And he fucking took over.
Shit.
Could it also be Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, I guess it could.
Was Napoleon born to poor people?
I don't know that.
Could it also be George Bush's grandfather?
Okay, all right.
What about Elon Musk?
Here's the last one.
Was he born in...
No, I think he's South African.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Big war will start in France, and all of Europe will be attacked. It will be long and terrifying for everyone, and then finally there will be peace, but only a few will enjoy it. A war will start between two great world powers and will last for 27 years.
27 years? I don't know.
Was that World War II?
It was nothing.
It was nothing?
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
That's why it says that this one is the most disturbing because it predicts the end of the world. I don't know if you guys heard me mention that earlier.
No, you mentioned it, but we are currently in a war that's been going on over 16 years.
Yeah. Over 16 years?
We've been at war before Cash was born.
Yeah. We've been at war for 20 years this year.
Yeah. So maybe this is the one.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Give it 7 years. Let's see.
Could be, but that woman in your DMs was definitely a bot.
Oh, Oh, poor Brandy. She was like, "Are women sending you pictures?" And I'm like,
I don't know. Is Eric a woman?
I felt bad.
I want to hear that last quatrain again.
All right.
Is that dumb that I want to hear it again?
No.
No, you're fascinated with that stuff. That's not
I
dumb.
am.
That's you.
Well, this says it starts in France. So big war will start in France, and all of Europe will be attacked. It will be long and terrifying for everyone, and then finally there will be peace, but only a few will enjoy it. A war will start between two great world powers and will last for 27 years. So the war right now isn't between two great world powers, is it?
It's between one great world power and a religion, which I guess could be a great world power.
If you
Okay.
consider petroleum a great world power, then yeah. Because, I mean, one could argue that's the only reason we give a fuck about what's going on in that area of the world.
Yeah, and maybe it starting in France could be a piece of information that we do not currently possess because we're not the NSA.
Oh, that could be too. Yeah.
I thought there were a lot of radicalized groups that happen in France
There were.
because of immigration. Like in September 9/11, I thought there were quote unquote
Right.
terror cells that
Yeah.
started in France.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's YouTube videos of like crazy stuff like that
Yeah.
from France, I believe.
There's this thing on TikTok. Tell us the best reason you were fired. That was a legit reason. And this lady's like, I wanted to see if ISIS could get me. So I watched a video of theirs from work. She's like, I wanted to see if they could win me to their cause. So she watched an ISIS video.
Damn.
And her work's like, we know you watched a video from ISIS. You are fired.
Oh, she was just trying to be open-minded?
Yeah. She was just like, I wanted to see if they could get me.
But did
Maybe
they get her?
Yeah, maybe they got
She
some
wa-
good
she
piece
didn't
of
say.
information. They might have a real good sales technique. I'm a little now
Well,
I kind of wonder.
That's my topic on Nostradamus.
Nice. That was
Was there
succinct.
enough information there?
I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
My favorite parts were the quatrain things.
Yeah,
Those
mine
were
too.
fun.
Sorry it took me so long to get there, but yeah.
I think this could be revisited. It wouldn't have to be a close part 1, part 2, but we could scour some more prophecies and just discuss those.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I like his prophecies. I mean, I don't know if they're real or not. I lean towards they're not nowadays. I used to be way more into conspiracy theories than I am now.
Yeah.
Oh, that
But,
was back when we were closer.
Yeah. But I do like him as a topic because it's interesting. And I don't think there's anything particularly dangerous about it.
Yeah.
You know, like there is current political stuff. But I like thinking about end of the world time stuff for whatever reason. I think it's born of my suicidal thoughts. It's like, hey, I wouldn't have to kill myself if nothing lived. That's a good place to go to, right?
That sounded like one of those kids from Columbine.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't own weapons. I mean, I have knives. I don't own firearms.
They're easy to get.
I don't want them.
Oh,
Yeah. I probably would not be here right now if I owned
No,
firearms.
yeah.
I don't ever need firearms.
Nice.
That's good for people to know. If you're depressed, the number
It
one
is,
thing you
yeah.
can do if you've ever gotten suicidal or it's something you contemplate, the best thing you can do is if you have firearms, do not have access to them or do not own firearms.
yeah, because that's a go-to. And
Yeah.
This is so easy.
stuff
Right.
happens,
Yeah.
and then it stops happening.
And it is like, you know, statistics wise, that's the number one thing you can do is limit your access to firearms.
Nice.
Funny show.
Don't worry. No one listened this far.
Yeah. Yeah. We got anything else? We want to. Is there any last thoughts on the subject anybody wants to give? My voice is going higher.
I already gave mine.
Cool. Morgan?
I don't understand why Nostradamus was not one of the historical figures that Bill and Ted brought back for their history project. I don't get it. He would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Are these time travelers you're talking about?
Bill and Ted? Yeah.
Man, Get the fuck out of my face, you fucking cunt. Yeah, dude, that was like the very first movie I ever saw Keanu Reeves in. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I've never seen it.
It's like one of the last things I've ever seen George Carlin in.
Apparently, the third one was a really good. That was one of the best reboots I've heard. Like it was. Did you see it?
I did.
I'm seeing some doubt.
People liked it. I did not care for. I thought it was probably the worst thing Keanu Reeves has put out
Okay.
in the history of Keanu. And maybe that's because I'm more used to him being a fucking badass now. But, you know, he was the same Ted from
Right.
20, 30 years ago, whatever it was. So
Would it have been better if he was like a badass in
I
this
don't know.
episode?
I just don't see Keanu Reeves in that light anymore.
He just starts taking out historical figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ben
thought
Franklin dead.
I thought their kids were goofy knockoffs of them. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what my kid is.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a joke or not.
Well, I mean, it's like he's not like some like miniature like goth kid version
Yeah.
of me, you know.
He does get a lot of things from you, though. There are definitely things that he is into or that actions that he does that you do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, son.
Wow. All right. Well,
I'll try and do better.
Cash, I'll pay for your first therapy session. Actually, you've already had one of those.
Yeah.
I'll send you a check.
Show your receipt.
So, have a good night.
Have a good morning.
Eric caught me off guard.
I got it right. Have a good night.
Have a good morning.
Or what the fuck ever.
She essentially said,
Sorry. I know. I thought I've
Yeah.
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 yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
like